100 of Victoria's top doctors are demanding better management of the state's COVID-19 crisis, with an open letter to Daniel Andrews gaining momentum. Eamon Matheson is one of the doctors calling for change and joins us now. Doctor, thank you for your time. I get industry, business and unions not being on board with these lockdown measures, but doctors, our frontline health workers, what's your concern?
Thanks, Ali. Yes, it's interesting. A small group of us, really essentially friends, over the last, just a week or so ago, we're looking around for doctors to speak really on behalf of the patients and on behalf of the community. We're being told that really no one's listening to the journalists, no one's listening to people like Jim, no one's listening to the business community, no one will listen to anyone to challenge these directions and these approaches other than doctors. So we got together and decided to write a letter. It was really more a cry from the heart. We knew that we were taking a risk and that we were putting our careers and our livelihoods on the line, quite literally, in breaking ranks in a sense. We didn't know how it would go. We thought we might have gotten into quite significant trouble on lots of levels. Before we sent it and before we did it, we asked everyone, are you prepared for what's going to happen over the next week? It could really go bad for us. They felt so passionately about this that we decided to do it. And since that time, I think it was last Monday or Tuesday, I've lost track. It's actually been an extraordinary whirlwind. I'm kind of bearing up, and my colleagues are bearing up just. Little sleep over the last week and things, but what you need to know is that the response to our astonishment has been overwhelming in terms of support by doctors, by the general public, by the general public of support, but they've also poured out their hearts to us, their stories, and they said, finally, the doctors have spoken. Finally, something has happened, and the numbers are constantly pouring in. We have had inundation of people, other doctors coming behind us. I can go into why they have not spoken. It's part of the culture of conformity, part of the issue of the problem with public health, in that it hasn't really impacted public health workers. In fact, they're not really seeing that many patients and the roads are clear.
Eamon, can you just explain to me, sorry to interrupt there, but
yes,
you said you've spoken. What is it exactly that you've said to the Premier?
We believe, we think that this approach, essentially to speak bluntly and with all due respect to the Premier and his experts, that basically their approach is to find all the 6 basic principles of good medical practice. It's to first do no harm, to be vigilant, pay attention to the treatment, to be open and honest, to be collaborative amongst your colleagues. This is one of the major problems. We practice medicine in a way that we confer with our peers. We know that we're not the experts in everything. So we consult widely, particularly on the big problem. The big patients, surgeons, I can tell you, will get together with their whole team on the difficult cases and hear from everyone. They'll do a multidisciplinary approach. We'll get psychiatrists in, nurses in, everyone in, to actually contribute. There's a closed shop. We don't even know the basis on which they're making these decisions. The other thing, that's part of the being humble principle as well.
Yeah, I'm so sorry to interrupt you there, because we do have to go. I think you've made the point clear there that the lockdown is costing their lives.
Sorry, Ali, one more thing. Everyone is saying this to us. They're thinking it in their hearts and they're pouring it out to us. Everyone's thinking the same thing. This attempt for viral elimination is irrational and unachievable. And simply, it is madness and it needs to stop. He needs to take on a second opinion urgently from doctors who know and can convey the story of the harm that is being caused by this approach. I'm sorry,
Doctor. Thank you. No, I do appreciate it. I'm sorry we've run out of time. We appreciate you coming on.
My man.
Thank you.